You're listening to my WorldNet Daily exclusive audio article. Today's WorldNet Daily exclusive audio article is entitled, "The Push to End the Electoral College is Heating Up." The left are masters at the art of reframing. Just pick any unpopular or radical narrative or initiative, and you can bet the left has somehow attempted to reframe it to make it seem or sound more palatable. Or if it comes from conservatives, or worse, the founders, or any of their documents that they crafted, you can bet the left has reframed it to make it sound horrible, racist, and uninclusive. Since Bush v. Gore in 2000, the left has been on a tear to rid us of the Electoral College. Their reasoning is the same today as it was 2 decades ago. How could the Democrat candidate win the popular vote but lose the election? So you can bet this time will be an all-out assault on the fairest way to decide a presidential election, the Electoral College. Last year, Darrell M. for the Brookings Institute wrote that it was time to abolish the Electoral College. Quote, "For years, when I taught campaigns and elections at Brown University, I defended the Electoral College as an important part of American democracy," unquote, West wrote. Well, Professor West, or whoever you are, words mean things, especially to an academic, so it's a sad state of affairs when a guy who is the Vice President and Director of Governance Studies describes America as a democracy rather than what we've always been, a representative republic. After that revelation, I decided to read no further. This gentleman is obviously not stupid, therefore he is a leftist who purposely refers to our form of government as a democracy in order to reframe the presidential election process. The last straw for the left was when Trump secured a victory over Hillary Clinton despite losing the popular vote by millions. This is precisely how deceitful leftists have preyed on the ill-informed and how they will again. And they will not stop until they get what they desire or are completely vanquished. As sad as it is, most Americans don't have clue one what the Electoral College is and why the founders thought it so crucial. So let me explain it this way. You live in a home in a single-family neighborhood that has a homeowners association in which everyone contributes. The homeowners association decides to embark on a particular neighborhood beautification project. Some families are for it and some are not. So rather than the homeowners association just doing it, they decide to put it to a vote. One can think of the Electoral College as one house, one vote. The popular vote would equate to every resident of every house getting a vote. If those who oppose the measure are mostly families with parents and a kid or two, versus families with multiple children and various relatives living under one roof, the opposition has no chance. This is why the founders developed the Electoral College, so smaller, less inhabited states still have a voice in selecting the president and won't be locked out by a few heavily populated states. And it's why today's radical left, the ones driving the democracy narrative, are so hell-bent on the national popular vote deciding all things, because they also know this. Hillary Clinton won the 2016 popular vote by almost 2.9 million votes, but still lost. But those millions of votes came from just a few heavily populated deep blue states. Yet the ill-informed don't know this. They only know what they've been told, that it's unfair because the Electoral College has been successfully recast as bad for American democracy. See how all this ties together? I've said this before, but it bears repeating. In 2016, Trump won the popular vote. It's impossible for Trump or any other presidential candidate to win the Electoral College without first winning the popular vote. In 48 of the 50 states plus Washington, D.C., the Electoral College victor depends solely on whoever wins each state's popular vote. Save for Maine and Nebraska, if you win a state's popular vote, you win all the state's Electoral College votes. Trump won more state popular votes than did Hillary. But as is their wont, leftists have reframed the term popular into a nationwide cumulative contest. So now the ill-informed hear popular vote, they only equate it to a national total. Thank you for listening.